Hey, what is going on, crypto people? Happy Monday to each and every one of you. Holy moly, what an exciting time to be an early adopter in this new asset class that is the digital asset space. Listen, FlareDrop 20 is live. Let's all make sure we go out and claim those drops, baby. Let's go claim the drops, baby. Yeah, pretty cool stuff, man. I would imagine there's people getting hundreds of dollars, if not thousands of dollars every single month. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool to see it all coming together for sure. Shout out to the Flare Networks, the Flare community. It is doing its thing. It's really thriving for sure. We're going to get into a little bit of Flare drops and how to claim, but also interesting interview at Breakpoint 2024, Solana's event. I'm going to share um, a couple of people there, the COO, co-founder of Solana, and Balaji as well, really talking some very interesting stuff about unbundling the financial system with the digital assets, right? With the digital asset system. So that was pretty interesting to hear. We'll share that as well. We'll go over the market because, it's just doing what it does. Maybe we'll go over some XLR stuff as well because I think it's interesting to see the play here. Feels like a very big play with XLR. It really does feel like a big play. And now that we know it's a blockchain, it is a layer one play in its own lane. And I think that is fascinating. And something perhaps we should talk about, get into, see if you guys think the same as well. Piston Sinclair is in the building. What's going on, bro? What's going on, my friend? Doesn't it feel like XLR Network is a layer one play? Doesn't it feel like that way, Kissin? It feels that way to me. It's a layer one play in its own lane. That's what it's feeling like to me. It really is. That's what it's feeling like to me. And I know people are going to say Flare Networks is a better, what would you say? Uh, it's a more capital efficient play, right? Because one is 1 cent and the other is 60 something cents. But for me, they both fall into the 10% bucket. So it doesn't really matter. If I'm doing in the Crypto Sieges home, I'm doing 90% Bitcoin and Solana. I no longer in Ethereum. So I may do 90% of any money I bring in to Bitcoin. I might do 90% of any money I bring in to Solana. I might do 90% and combine it 45 and 45 or split it 45. FLR and narratives are in the 10% bucket. XLR and narratives, 10% bucket. And I'm not going to rethink my narratives, but I am going to really evaluate the narratives play and see how they do in this run and see whether or not concentrated bets is the win. So I've still got my narratives in place, still got the RWA narrative in place with both Ondu and Polytrade. Still got the gaming narrative in play with Superverse and 3A and 3ULL. I don't really have an AI play, so I can't really say I do because I really don't. I don't have Pit Tensor or Render or anything like that. I don't know what I would call SOE. I don't know if it's a narrative. It's in my 10% bucket, but I don't know if it's a narrative. Maybe the layer one narrative. That would be it. The layer one narrative. That's what it would be. So got a gaming narrative, 2 plays. Got an RWA narrative, 2 plays. Got a layer one narrative. I don't consider. Yeah, so layer no play with Sui. So I'm in 3 narratives out of the really 4. No, I don't have an AI play this go around. And in a couple of days, I'm going to decide on an AI play, or on another layer one play, which would be Flare networks. I'm going to decide on that in a couple of days. I have a strategy in mind, so I'm going to decide on it and see. Yeah, I'm going to decide on that play. So we'll see. Maybe I split it 50-50. Not a big play. It's just $1,000. Not a big play. I'm just thinking maybe I split layer. Maybe I split AI, have an AI play so that I have an AI play. But it would only be $500. So anyway, I'm thinking out loud again. But in any case, there it is. We're going to go over these numbers for sure. Let's make sure some more people check in before we get into the big stuff. Every time I see the flare drop, I think it's fascinating the way they got this whole thing executed. It's just genius in motion. It really is, Kenson Sinclair. It really is genius in motion. And again, I think the better play who is always and as opposed to or, right? Why? I'm thinking, yeah, and it's always better than or, I think. So we're gonna see. Really gonna be really gonna see about the narratives and will the consolidation in Bitcoin and Solana play out long term to be better than the narrative plays. And I just think if there's a long term narrative, what does that look like? Is that more of a AI is a narrative, sure, but is AI long term or no? I think it is, but I don't know. Jack A is in the building and said, "I just claimed mine." I hear you, my guy. Isn't it cool when you see that coming in? Isn't it cool when you see it coming in? It is really cool. For sure. Now I got the wrap in uh automatic claiming, which automatically delegates. And I'm wondering if I should just unwrap it and just put it in the wait a minute. No, I don't need to unwrap it. I can just well, it's delegated. Yeah, I gotta look at this and do more receptive. Jack A says the first few were really cool. Yeah, indeed. What's going on, Colin Hughes? Scepter's doing their thing with that SFLR. I mean, he can't ignore that. Yeah, I'm wondering if because again, I got mine auto claim, so it automatically delegates. Am I thinking too much or no? If I went to Scepter, what would I see available to SFLR? What would I see that would be available? I got to look at that again. Sometimes I get confused when I'm right because I'm wrapping it automatically delegating. So sometimes I get confused on what I can stake with Scepter. So I got to make sure I got that right. Life is good, Colin Hughes, is it not? So, in any case, we're going to really look into this. We're going to look, Bitcoin's going to do 2, 3x the most. What's Solana going to do? We'll see. Current prices is below the all-time high. So, I'm thinking, what is it going to do from previous all-time high? How much? Not much. We'll see. In long term, is long term with year-over-year return, is it working out better than the narrative? So what they're really saying is a narrative play might multiply more in the X, but it might not be a long-term hold, right? Because a narrative could get upseated, right? Your narrative play might get upseated. Maybe BitTensor gets upseated by Render. Maybe Render gets upseated by BitTensor. Maybe Akash upseats both of them, right? And that's why they're saying that the long-term holds of Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana long-term will outdo the narrative because the narrative might get upseated and not become a long-term play, right? So your AI pick might not be the long-term play. Maybe you pick BitTensor and it ends up being Render. Maybe you pick Render and it ends up being BitTensor. Maybe you pick Osh or Fetch, right? You see what I'm saying? Maybe you pick BitTensor, but it ends up being Fed as the longer-term play. So I think that's what they're thinking. Jesse Molina, I was saying I was listening to Real Vision Crypto, a couple of guys over there in the academy, and Raul was agreeing that the better play was consolidating as opposed to the narrative play. Consolidating in the layer one as opposed to the AI, the narratives. Jesse Molina says, is the Flare network doing something different than all other crypto? I have invested and wondered if they will rise in price. Uh, Jesse, I would say, why did you invest in Flare Networks? I would ask you that question first. Why did you invest in Flare Networks? And then I'll answer your question. Guys, do me a favor, hit that like button. That'd be super, super cool. We always like to have just as many likes as we got viewers in the stream. Flare Drops 20 is live. It's pretty cool to go over there and claim that stuff. Now, again, I got mine on the auto claim type deal. You know how it goes. So the delegation is just kind of boom, 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 boom. I'm thinking out loud about what would be available to stake after you've wrapped and delegate. I always get confused. And I think I have to, let me see something here. If I did, I got unwrap and I got delegate. Let's see here. Nothing is unclaimed. Yeah, I would have to see here if I do this, then it's unwrap, wrapped, unwrap. Yeah, I'd have to unwrap. So some people are doing the drops, they're just taking their drops and they're just going right to Scepter. But I got everything on automated. So if I wanted to do some portion to Scepter, I would have to unwrap it based on, this drop and last drop, and then go to Scepter. This is sounding like what I would have to do. Because when you do go to Scepter, then you're staking, you still get everything you would do. Yep. I think that's what it will be. Oh, aloha, brother. What's going on, co-creator Rod? How are you, my friend? Jack A says, any updates on the F assets going live? No update on it as of yet, brother. Colin Hughes asks, are you staking on Bifrost too, Siege? No, I don't stake any longer. I staked a couple of times. So I'm not staking any longer. I like the kind of the easy, simple delegating approach. So I am no longer staking. I am delegating only. Aloha, brother Siege. Another blessed day in this amazing space. God bless. God bless you, bro. Co-creator Rod's in the building. Appreciate you checking in, my friend. So Jesse, yeah, give me an idea as to why you decided to invest in Flare Networks, and we'll walk you through that. We'll walk you through that for sure. So, yeah, I always use the example of just $100 of FLR and then going through that little roadmap step by step to what you can do with that $100 of FLR. And it's you get the FLR, you wrap the FLR, wrap and delegate. So FLR now makes you eligible for drops, right? Delegating makes you eligible for the delegation rewards. Uh, WFLR can become another thing unto itself. So let me see something. I get if I did let's go here. I'm gonna try something real quick. Uh, uh yeah. The thing is open, isn't it? Okay. Let me try something real quick. I don't want, no, I don't want to do that. Yeah, I'll do my test wallet. I'm saying, huh? What? Very low popularity. That's okay. You can do the test one. See, let me see if I do WFLR. Okay, so there it is. It did. Okay. No, this is the test wallet. Okay. This is the test wallet. Okay. Yeah. Okay. It's the test wallet. So I'm pretty sure if I connected a main wallet, it would be uh different. So I can stake that. And then I can stake WFLR and go there. But that again, it's just a test wallet where there is no delegating. I haven't sent it to the main wallet to delegate it. But if you make it SFLR, you still get the wrapped. Yeah. Anyway, I'm thinking out loud. I gotta make sure because I'm getting confused a little bit. Yeah, pretty cool. Getting a little confused, and I'm thinking out loud. So, yeah. So, in any case, the FlareDrop is live is pretty cool. You just go to your portal so not your portal, but go to portal.flare.network, right? So, which is really, really cool. So I'm just going to go to the main account, test wallet, has 64 FLR, has some WFLR from the drop, and which is really cool. And what you can do is for the emissions, if you're getting some emissions, you go over here to your emissions and you see it has a select project. So in other words, emissions is for participating in these four platforms, right? Liquidity pools, et cetera, in these platforms here. Staking with Kinetic, or not staking, lending on Kinetic. So you would just click one of those and it would tell you. Now, I already claimed the SparkDex one, claimed that one, but I didn't do Kinetic. So I hit Kinetic and you can see I can claim. And if I hit the claim, this little emissions here with this test wallet, it's coming up. MetaMask. Hold on a second. That's not something. Okay. Yeah, what's going on here? What's going on here? This Rabbit wallet didn't want to do a certain thing. and you just claim it there. And the thing I like here is they got the little balances here. What's locked, what is available immediately. And I might have screwed it up because it took so long to sign that transaction on my Rabbi wallet, my Rabbi wallet. Why is it taking so long? All right, so let me go back here and see if it went through. Let's go kinetic. Okay, so it did go through. See how it has here your available funds, your locked funds, etc. You can withdraw here with a penalty, right? These are vesting, these are emissions, are FLR, investing for 12 what do they call it? 12 months. Available funds and your locked funds. Like I think 1/12 is available immediately to do something with, and you can withdraw that. And then if you want to do the lock one, you can claim it. It's a 50%. I don't want to say penalty, but it's, you're only going to, it's 50%, you're losing when you do that. I don't even know what to do with these available things here. This FLR. Maybe someone will know. I haven't done anything with it in the test wallet. Haven't done anything with it in the test wallet. All right. Brother Siege, you able to do a one-on-one live? I have some questions I'd love to go over with you if possible. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we can hop on a Zoom, bro, for sure. For sure. We can hop on a Zoom. Let me know if you'd like to do that. We can definitely do that. Jesse did not respond. All right. So yeah, FlareDrops is live. That's how you do it. It's portal.flare.network. It's pretty cool. What they got going on there, for sure. Of course, anything for you, co-creator Rod. Of course, guys, got to do me a favor and hit that like button. I'm going to go over this video here after I go over some stuff on X, but from Breakpoint 2049 about unbundling the financial system. DeFi Daddy had this to say, what are you doing with your flare drops? I am going to the fattest pools. He says, so he's getting into some liquidity pools with the flare drops, which is awesome. Steven says, I'm going to stake Scepter, from there to supply Kinetic, from there to borrow a small amount to leverage for Jewel, use half of those to pay down the borrow. The other half starts the process over. Nice, Steven, nice. TMO Turbo Blockchain Web3 enthusiast. Nice. Brian says he uses this as a monthly paycheck. I like this. I like this one. I'm going to save this one. Nice, nice, nice. All right. So before I go into this new pool, I'll message you so we can set it up. Yes, I am on X for sure, brother. Yep, crypto_CEEJ. All right, got it. You found me. Perfect. 55 views, guys. Do me a favor, hit that like button. That would be awesome, awesome, awesome. We always like to have just as many likes as we have viewers in the stream. It helps to get the channel out to more people who just don't understand there's a new financial system being built right underneath their nose. Being built right underneath their nose. Right underneath their nose. And you guys get do your part by hitting that like button. That would be super, super cool. And also, if you happen to be in that 45 to 50% or so people that are hanging out, listening to, and watching the Crypto Siege, and you haven't subscribed to the channel, if you've been enjoying those hangouts, please consider subscribing to the channel. We're trying to get that number from 50% down to about 25%. And you can do your part right now by just hitting that like button. And don't forget to ring that notification bell so that you know whenever we go live or whenever we upload a video. I found this interesting news here from the UAE. Binance put this out. It says the UAE removes taxes on all crypto transactions. The United Arab Emirates has introduced significant changes to its tax regulations, exempting all crypto transactions from value-added tax. The Federal Tax Authority announced these amendments, which will come into effect on November 15th of 2024. The updates are part of a broader reforms to the VAT system, simplifying processes for businesses and citizens doing or dealing with virtual assets. Meanwhile, in the US, we can't even determine what is a digital asset and what is a security. Unbelievable. It says VAT exemptions on virtual assets. One of the key changes under the new law is the VAT exemption for the transfer and conversion. Tether to Solana, Solana to XRP, whatever, that the US just wants to tax to oblivion. It says, including cryptocurrencies. This amendment, outlined in the updated executive regulation of the federal decree law, means that individuals and businesses involved in crypto-related activities will no longer have to pay VAT on virtual asset transactions, value-added tax on virtual assets. The exemption applies retroactively. You see what I'm saying? What the UAE is doing? They're trying to promote and bring businesses into the area while the US is driving them out of the area because they can't get their debt under control. So they're trying to squeeze every little penny that they possibly can out of everyone, besides just it's nonsense, which is crazy. So the exemption applies retroactively from the 1st of January, 2018. Think about that. Meaning businesses may need to adjust their past filings if they previously paid on these transactions. In addition to the updates on crypto, the UAE also made amendments to the treatment of exported goods and services. That's awesome. Moving forward progress in the UAE as opposed to the madness that is the United States government. How embarrassing. So DeFi Daddy put this out. Let's share this post. FLR is the infinite money glitch, and here's why. Holding FLR allows delegation rewards and FlareDrops every 30 days with an APR of 44% if you use Scepter, which is the liquid staking platform on Flare networks. 44%. Because you can't get 44% if you're not long-term hodler. I'm telling you, the ecosystem, that flywheel economy, is genius in motion. He adds, bridging your Bitcoin or XRP on Flare and providing it as liquidity. Right? You don't have to do all your BTC. You don't have to do all your XRP. Right? You got to always have portfolio management mindset for risk, always. It says here, the natural demand from within the network, 1 million Flare users will be trading FBTC and FXRP. This natural, quote unquote, demand will already create massive APR on decentralized exchanges like Enosis Global, SparkDex, and BlazeSwap, etc. Then he says, redeeming demand will be so huge. The collateral providers who earn enough assets, the collateral providers who earn in the F asset will want to move their assets off chain to de-risk. Collateral providers who earn F assets will want to move those F assets off chain to de-risk. Okay, here's the main reason for it being the infinite money glitch. The demand for the F assets will grow over time as you can start using these assets in other networks to generate yields or borrow and lend against. The demand is infinite, says DeFi Daddy. I can think of millions of ways to get those assets to work without having them sit in my wallet and do nothing. We haven't even started talking about how Flare Networks is positioned for the AI age. Blockchain of data will, with built-in Oracle and the biggest technological transformation of our time. If AI is the infinity of capitalism, as Raoul Paul says in the theory of singularity, then data is the fuel. Name me one network that has solved the Oracle dilemma. He says there is none. Nice write-up. It's definitely some great food for thought coming from DeFi Daddy. What do you guys think about that? What's going on, Devon? Steve, how are you, bro? It sounds good for the UAE. That's right. It sounds good for the UAE what they're doing with the taxes. It's just smart. I really don't know if the US is just going to catch up. It's just they just feel like they want to just feed and salivate over taxes. It's unbelievable. It really is unbelievable. DeFi Daddy has a great post there. What do you guys think about that post? Infinite money glitch is what he's saying. Infinite money glitch. Interesting. For interesting write-up for sure. Crypto Eddie asked a point that I've been thinking about, and I know a lot of people in the XRP community has been wondering, what are the reasons we shouldn't use Flare Networks Oracle? Most decentralized, solid technology available, some integration work has already been successfully deployed. And one of the main people over there at Ripple X asked this question, which I thought was interesting. Is there a way to get Flare oracles on chain on the XRPL directly? Now, I don't know, but I feel like that's a question, that's a rhetorical question. If not, the price oracle amendment would allow you to oracle data from Flare as well. So I feel like she already knows this answer. And that's why they got a price oracle amendment. So it's coming in time. That's what it feels like to me. Because everyone, I'm sure, in the community is, why didn't they use Flare Networks Oracle? Why did, it's nothing against banned protocol, but in any case, it's basically this, to me, this is a rhetorical question, and she's answering it with the amendment is going to take place that would allow that possibility to use Flare Networks Oracle. That's what it feels like to me. That's what it feels like to me, Devon Steve. The lady at Crypto checked in. What's going on, miss? Hi, everyone in Siege. Keep missing these. Appreciate you checking in. That's what it seems like to me. Seems like the lead dev over there for Ripple X asked that question, and it was a rhetorical one. Like, it's basically saying right now you can't implement it directly, Flare Networks oracles. But with the price oracle amendment, we'll be able to do it if it passes. But it's got to pass. And the amendment process is not, it's not a couple days or a couple weeks thing. It's a few months thing. That's what it seems like to me. Right? That's what it's looking like to me. What we got going on here? That's not okay. Better. That's what it seems like to me, fam. That's what she's saying. So in the future, we'll see how it goes. Guys, do me a favor, hit that like button. That would be awesome, 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 awesome to do that. Again, Flare Drops 20 is live. Shout out to all those who are participating. All right. And it's awesome that they actually, Flare Networks, again, with the communicating and getting better with their marketing. Flare Drop 20 is now live and available to claim. The 3 random blocks for the FLR, wrapped FLR holding calculations are, they list them. The reward ratio stands at 2.78 FLR per 100 WFLR held. So I got to wrap the ones that I got on the test wallet. And then it tells you here, understand what these numbers mean, which I think is just great. This is a scam right here. This Ripple support is a scam. Be careful. Got a lot of people, a lot of bot transactions underneath there or comments. Uh, State for Governance is now live for FLR holders. This is your opportunity to participate in the governance and impact the future. Get started. There, if you're staking some of that thing. So there it is. That's some good stuff from Flare. Absolutely love it. Let me share this video with you guys because this is hugely important and some definite food for thought. Make sure I miss anyone checking in. David O'Coin is in the building. How are you? I am pleased to be privileged to get these Flare airdrops. Indeed, David, right? Right? I mean, it's really, really, really cool. Should I do the Axelar thing? Yeah, I'm going to do the Axelar thing. Axelar is an interesting play here. And again, to see both Band Protocol and Ripple highlight the announcement, which was like an announcement of an announcement, I think is massive. It's a big play, and I think learning that Axelar is not just a thing built in the Cosmos SDK, but it is an actual layer one. It is its own blockchain, and their focus, and they're going to get great at interoperability. That's their main focus. It's something about a team who knows who they are, know where they're going, and know how they're going to get there, right? They're focused on this thing. I really like it. Institutional interoperability, how financial institutions navigate a multi-chain world. They got a white paper, and the Citi and MasterCard and Deutsche Bank were three of the people at least who were contributors to that white paper. Citi, Deutsche Bank, MasterCard were contributors to Axelar's white paper on institutional interoperability. That is interesting to me. And then saying Centrifuge was part of it as well. I went with Undo on as far as the RWA play, but Centrifuge is a big player as well. Interesting here. What do we got here? They don't got partners or enterprise partners. Okay. Squid liquidity provider. Stake. Teams, careers. Let's see, enterprise partners. Axelar connects public and private blockchains over flexible, fully transparent infrastructure that scales to secure billions of dollars and millions. Leading enterprise integrations, it says Onyx, JP Morgan, Deutsche Bank. It's pretty big. They got Microsoft in here, MasterCard, Provenance blockchain is the leading. Okay. Layer one for real world asset provenance. So interesting. Deutsche Bank. Nathan from Undo. All right, let me see what Nathan says. Demand for better stablecoins is growing, and it isn't limited to a single Web3 ecosystem. Axelar enables us to meet that demand wherever it exists with a superior and safer yield-generating stablecoin. So Undo has done something with Axelar. Don't know if that's old, new, but that's interesting to see that. I don't know. It's interesting. I'm debating on this one. I am debating on this one. Now that they come out with the whole Mobius and this collateral with the 8XL token, it's got me curious, Keyless. It's got me curious because there's just something about, having utility and owning assets that can value accrual, right? Very important. Very, 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 very important. What do you guys think about Axelar? What are you thinking? What are you thinking? I don't know, Felix, if you read their post that Axelar put out about this new Mobius thing, but when they went through what they're going to be doing with the AXL token, how it's going to have more utility and being used as collateral, I immediately thought it sounded so much like Flare Networks. It was like, wow, sounded a lot like Flare Networks. What if AXL ends up creating a flywheel economy as well? They already talked about, they call them verifiers being incentivized, just like, an agent in Flare Networks. So, and, verifiers having a certain amount of responsibility. The agents from Flare Networks sounded a lot like the verifiers in Axelar. David O'Coin says, love Axelar. Take staking rewards every day from the Leap wallet and buy more. So you've been staking. How long have you been staking? Can I ask David? How long have you been staking XLR? And is there a lockup? Is it the 21-day thing because it is in the Cosmos SDK? Can you share, David, how long you've been staking XLR? And am I correct on the 21-day unlock thing? All right. Let me go over these numbers. David's going to answer that question. I liked right here the circulating supply, total supply. I like that number. That's a nice high number there. 800 million out of the 1.7 billion is out. So that's pretty good. They got TVL, it says here, 208 million. Um, yeah. I went with Injective and Celestia. Mm-hmm. So anyway, let me go over these numbers real quick. Let's go over the market. David's going to ask that question of how long he's been staking, and is it 21 days to unlock, unstake, unbond, whatever they call it these days. All right, let me refresh this CoinGecko, see what the numbers is. I'll share with you guys. Yeah, so according to CoinGecko, the total cryptocurrency market cap is 2.32 trillion. Bitcoin dominance is it's probably 55%. It's saying 54.4. It's probably more accurate at 55%. We're gonna get some data stuff on CoinGecko from Flare. Put the oracles to work. According to CoinGecko, the Bitcoin is trading at 63,000, almost 64, 63,837. And it probably hit 64,000 somewhere last night or something. Bitcoin is up 17% on a 30-day. Ethereum is at $2,400 roughly, and it is up 8% roughly on the 30-day. Solana is at $149. It's up 16% on a 30-day. XRP is trading at 54 cents. It's up 2.5% on the 30-day. Sui, when did this happen? Holy I could have sworn I looked this morning and Sui was like $1.79. When did it get above $2? it feels like this is momentum, and you don't bet against it. Like, when did this happen? Let's check on Sui here real quick. Uh, Good. I mean, like this morning, yeah. I don't know. It looks like my guy Virtual Bacon, he missed it. I mean, yeah, this morning, this thing was $1.90 something, and it's just shooting up. It keeps shooting up. Like, it's up 20% in 24 hours. Like, again, this is not financial advice. It's not telling anyone to go and buy this, but I'm glad we have an okay position, maybe $600-700 in here. But my gosh, it's I mean, I don't know what to say about a thing that just keeps going up. I made the play. I bought once, and I think I added 3 times, 2 or 3 times. I can't remember. And I just thought it just has all the boxes checked for a run like Solana technology, uh, in its own lane, community. And again, these are early days. So I'm comparing it to the early days of Solana. I'm not comparing it to the 4+ years of Solana. I mean, the numbers are the numbers. So all-time high is $2.17. It's at all-time high numbers right now. I don't know if there will be, some kind of cooling off period. The chartists would be able to look and compare the charts. I'm not a chart person, but if you compare Solana versus Sui first year, remember, this is 6 months, 9 months old. Or is it maybe a year old? Maybe it's a year old. Let's see. Yeah, it's a year old. May of 2023. It's a year and a few months old. June, July, August, September, October. So it's like 17 months old. Like, it just shot up from $1.90 something to it just keeps doing its thing. I got it at 55, 54 cents. Um, and I just added 2 or 3 times. I can't remember, but I mean, I don't like you don't bet against momentum. Like, I mean, this is just what it is. In May, it was $1.65. It got down to 60 cents in August. I remember buying at 54. No, they're down to 53 cents. I remember buying it at 54, 54, 55 cents. I just remember that. And started buying a little bit over $1. I added to position like $1.20, somewhere around there. And I just kept adding, because they started checking all the boxes for the narrative play, and just kind of going there. Oh, 7 days. Axelar is a 7 day. Really? I thought it was 21. I'll have to look in the Kepler wallet and see what's good. You're saying you do it with Leap Wallet, right? Sui, David O'Coin says the Sui pattern breakout at $2.17. W pattern. What's the W pattern, brother? Keela says, I am in a community where Sui has been the talk for a while now. Sui, it's the one I told you about with, oh, really? Okay, 33%, 33 cents a day with $250 lock. and Tether, they are planning to have a SUI pool. I hear you. Not 100%, but seems like it. I gotcha. I don't have the SUI wallet. I don't. Yeah, I don't have the SUI. I mean the 33% a day. Oh, 0.33% a day. Gotcha. And are you able to get your SUI out of that keyless? Are you able to like withdraw your SUI and put it in your own wallet? And are you taking uh dollars or another asset to participate in that? I would look in the Navi protocol, keyless, and I would it's a bullish for David. I asked David what was a W pattern. He said is W pattern is a bullish reversal pattern. Devon Steve says, I got my Sue on the BitTrue Power Pig. You can't move it as yet. Yeah, I hear you. I hear you. I remember when I did the BitTrue for XRP, whatever power thing was sweet. The challenge is, right, we got to be careful with risking, right? Like when I say careful with risking, if you're 100% in something and if they're giving you something in return for 100% of what you hold, they're taking the 100% and they're going out there and doing stuff, and then they're giving you a percentage back on the 100% that you have there, if you have 100% of your stuff there. So just understand what's going on there. And the more people they got going in there and doing 100% of this stuff there, they're then able to pay more people with the stuff, right? So if I was in your position, knowing what I know, I would be exiting out of stuff and leaving 10% at the most in stuff. And I would look into Navi protocol and still kind of have a 10% stuff. Um, right, 10% and Navi protocol. Uh, my experience. So back in the day, let me give you a little context. Back in the day, I got into the digital asset space. My first entry into this space was by way of high yield investment programs, HYIPs. And what these high yield investment programs would do, by the way, what are you guys getting your rewards in? Keyless, are you getting your rewards in the stable coin or are you getting it in SOE? Devon Steve, if you're on BitTrue, you're getting it in SOE, right? No, Devon Steve, they just came out with new technology to become MiCA compliant. Devon Steve says Tether's days may be numbered as it doesn't comply with MiCA regs. So I think it's going to be to get banned in the EU. Well, did you see their thing from Crypto Eddie that they came out with a new technology to be MiCA reg compliant? So they got the technology, they're going to implement it and get it going by that cutoff date. So Devon C says, yes, rewards ensue on power, right? Cool. So anyway, let me continue with my context. I got into digital asset space. In high yield investment platforms. And they were essentially things like Keyless is saying, like 0.33% a day, 0.33, 1% a day, as high as 7% a day. And what they would do is you would deposit Bitcoin or Ethereum or stablecoin, Bitcoin, Ethereum, or stablecoin. And they would give you that percentage per day in their token, whatever their token was, right? Whatever the token's platform's name was that it was. And the idea was you're getting these percentage gains in this token, right? But you had to swap out of the token to get the gains in Bitcoin, Ethereum, or the stablecoin. So you're swapping Bitcoin, Ethereum, and stablecoin for the platform's token, right? For the platform's token. So in other words, the returns were not in Bitcoin, Ethereum, or stable. Some were in stables, but most of them were just in the platforms thing. So you're exiting your Bitcoin and Ethereum to them, and you're getting a platform token for the percentage gains every day or every week or every month. But that token, where is that value? What's that value of that token? And in order to swap out of that token into a Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Solana, that's got a Bitcoin, Ethereum, and stable, there's got to be liquidity. There has to be exit liquidity. In order to get exit liquidity, you got to get more people entering in to the platform, right? So the value assets were Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Solana. You're exiting those or giving them to the platform. They're giving you a token, and the incentive is the percentage per day that you're getting. And they may show it in dollars, but remember, you're getting the platform token, right? So the platform token is not equivalent to Bitcoin, Ethereum, and stable in terms of the value asset, not the dollar amount, the value asset. In other words, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and the stable coin is way up there in the value asset table as opposed to the platform token. So that's the thing, like, we got to consider. So for example, with SUI, you put it somewhere you want to be getting SUI, right? So if you're lending it out, you want to maybe lend it out where you get some SUI or some stable, where you're just lending it out. Then you can, obviously, SUI is liquid. So if you were getting stable rewards, you can swap the stable for SUI, right? So my caution is, don't become enamored with the percentage per day, right? Don't become enamored with that percentage number up there per day or whatever you may see on the dashboard. Consider, what is the value asset? The high value asset is SUI, not the platform thing, and not even the stable coin, because we're in the bull market. Stable coin's always going to be stable, right? So, right, you want to be able to swap that stable. If you're fortunate enough to get a stable as opposed to the platform's token, you want to be able to swap that stable into SUI and take advantage of what's going on right now with SUI. That would be my thinking. If I was talking to my son or daughter, that's what I would be telling them. So be careful about becoming enamored with the percentage per day. That's the, what's the word I want to use? That's the hoodwink. That's the bamboozle, that percentage per day. Remember, you're taking high value asset, Bitcoin, Ethereum, stablecoin, and you're depositing into a platform. That wallet is receiving Bitcoin, Ethereum, and a stablecoin, the high value assets. And what's the asset they're giving you in return? Not the percentage, the asset. That's what you got to ask yourself. What are they giving you? What's that asset? If it's not SUI or a stablecoin, you're going down the valuable asset table, and you want to be going up the valuable asset table in terms of what you're getting. Like Devon Steve is getting SUI, right? And what BitTrue is doing is going out there and doing a bunch of stuff, right, with that SUI. And then they give you the difference, right? So just understand that. How long you got to lock that SUI up with in the power piggy, Devon? Devon says, Tether, haven't heard the new stuff, been busy with the outlaws. Bubba Smith's in the building. Run, crypto run. Yes, indeed. Afternoon Siege, watching on delay. I appreciate you checking in, my guy. Dakota Shipley's in the building. What's going on, fam? Good afternoon, morning, and evening, everyone. Just waking up here. Just waking up. Nice. Nice, Devon Steve. Appreciate you checking in. So, some food for thought. I hope that makes sense to you, Keyless and Devon. Just gotta, again, that's how I entered the space, HYIPs. And they can make it look different today, right? So there is a 2024 HYIP. You just don't know it because you weren't in 2016, 2017 in HYIPs. So my guess is there are 2024 HYIPs. They just look a little different. That would be my guess. Now let's take a listen to this very, very interesting interview. This is with the COO and co-founder of Solana. And this Balaji guy who is just like, I don't know, he's just like a walking freaking, I don't know what you would call him, like a walking Einstein. I mean, the dude's brain goes 1,000 miles per hour. That's Balaji right here. He is being interviewed by the co-founder and CEO of Solana. His name is Raj Gakko. And there's one thing that I wanted to highlight here, and it is chapter 26 minutes 25 in, titled Unbundling TradFi Systems with Crypto. Yeah. So let's take a listen at what he says about sovereign countries and crypto. It was fascinating. Let's take a listen.
Number two is, we're going to talk about this at the Network State Conference in a few days, but there's this great image of unbundling of banks where they take a screenshot of a bank homepage and they highlight loans and like wire transfers and this, that, and the other. And now today, you can take every single part of that and you can circle it and you can show the Solana product that basically is like, okay, here's how we unbundled the bank, and here's how we unbundled the derivative, and here's how we unbundled the savings account and interest.
This is weird because you were just asking me backstage to send you my slides for the network state, and those are 2 slides in the deck.
Yes, that's right. Yeah. Because I did. Well, we talked.
Okay, we can talk about it.
That's right. So that is the roadmap for literally unbundling the entire banking system and putting it on chain, because USDC Sol means that anybody gets essentially root access to the banking system, right? You can send and receive arbitrary quantities of money, even if in USD, even if you're in Brazil and India and Hungary or whatever, Japan, right? And the thing about that, by the way, is most people don't realize how big a deal that is, because one way of putting it, for example, is multinational corporations don't really exist until the blockchain. You know why? Why? Because if, let's say you're in Brazil and you want to acquire a company in Bangladesh, how many people have done like a Portuguese Urdu contract? Who knows the tax obligations for that between those two things? What happens instead is you set up like a US adapter, because the US did enough business with Brazil and enough business with Bangladesh. Or you might set up a China adapter, because they also do business with the whole world. China, that's their own ecosystem. The Chinese can do that. Nobody else can really. But those are the two like hub nodes of the whole world in terms of legal and financial infrastructure. Like Miami, for example, is used as the hub for Latin America, because if you're Mexican and Argentinian, you do a deal in Miami, and that would be where the banking and contracts are signed, a neutral jurisdiction, an entrepreneur. Singapore is that role for Southeast Asia to some extent, right? But now you have the blockchain for contract enforcement. And over time, we go from having transactions on chain to accounting on chain, right? For small companies and startups, that's already happening, right? Yeah. To once you have accounting, you can have an on-chain SEC, because you're approvable, cryptographically verifiable accounting, and you can have an SEC.
You can have an on-chain SEC.
An SEC, you can have on-chain investment and so on and so forth, and capital formation. I mean, we have lots of pieces of this, right?
We've seen this in like the Marshall Islands too, where they're starting to replace actual paper contracts with smart contracts.
Yes.
It might take 20 years, but they'll eventually swap them out.
That's right. So all you need, I mean, so for example, so you mentioned the Marshall Islands. The Cayman Islands, which is, not the Marshall Islands, but the Cayman Islands only has a population of 70,000 people. It's like a small town, basically, right? But what they do have is they have a flag, they have sovereignty, and they're a UN member. And that sovereignty is worth billions, hundreds of billions of dollars to them. Literally billion-dollar funds are headquartered in Cayman, right? So all of these small countries, their biggest asset is their sovereignty. What do they lack? They lack population, they lack income. That's what we have. Yeah. So there's a market.
This is like 10% of the Caymans right here.
Yeah, probably. That's right. Exactly. That's right. So there's absolutely a market to be made between small countries and large clouds, right? Like big chains and small countries can do amazing deals together, where we give them the followers, the online strength, the capital that they just don't have. And they have, crucially, the international recognition sovereignty. It's like a banking license, but it's a sovereignty license, right?
Well, so we have 1 minute left. Two questions. One, will you be here at the conference for the next few days? Will you be around to speak with folks?
I will. So this is like the busiest week of my life, maybe one of the top few, right? So I'm launching the network school, but I will be, I will be at the network state conference on 22nd.
And that's going to be here at this venue at
this venue. Yeah, exactly. So everybody should go if you like this. Actually, we're doing a home and home. Raj is going to be speaking there. So go to thenetworkstate.com/conference or ns.com/conference. Oh, I love that URL so much, right?
This is great. It's like affiliate marketing. It's like web rings in the early.
Yeah. And put in code breakpoint, you'll get a little bit off. Okay. Yeah. So I'd love to see all you guys there. So, and we're going to do a long Q&A at the end. So you have questions for me, come to the Network State conference, and happy to see you there.
All right. I want to, two more things. One is on a lighter note, I love bets. I think anybody who's my friend.
So anyway, interesting stuff. Again, this dude is like his brain, this Balaji dude, his brain can just scream through some stuff. It's interesting. Keela says, yep, you've taught us this years ago. It feels like, haha. The one I'm in is USDT in and USDT out, which has been working excellently. That's nice. Not sure yet on the SUI, but I have a feeling with the same. Got it. Okay. So you're putting Tether in and you're getting Tether back. Okay. Legendary says, "Welp, I'm an hour late. You're good, brother. How are you, Legendary? Life is great, bro. Life is absolutely great. So, what do you guys think? I mean, that Balaji guy, I'm telling you, his brain." NS, he said, NovemberSierra.com /, I think he said conference. Network state. Log in for the network state school, but I did conference. What happened? Conference. There it is. I did / conference. Why didn't it come up? It's in Singapore. Singapore is just doing some stuff. Have you heard about this guy's concept of the network state? It's about founding, funding, and finding new communities. New communities. This year, speakers include Naval Vitalik, Brian Johnson, co-founder of Solana, Raj Gokal. Brian Armstrong's going to be there as well. Okay. This event is on September 22nd in sunny Singapore, right after Token 2049. Oh, it's already happened. So this thing must have been, an interview must have been ways back. Anyway, why is it saying get tickets? Am I losing my mind here, or is this event already happened? Let me hit get tickets. What? What month are we in? Aren't we in September, October? Aren't we in freaking October? Like, what's going on here? Do he has the dates wrong? Anyway. Yeah, it says right here, this event ended 15 days ago. Okay. Perfect. Anyway. All right, fam. So there it is. Bank Money XRP says payday flare drops. I love it. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Dakota says, has anyone been playing with Stargate Finance much? Yeah, I have. I'm really liking its ease of use. Been playing with some FLR WFE, FLR wrap ETH on Kinetic for the last 2 days. Very nice. Yeah, I like Stargate. It's pretty good. I like Kinetic as well. It's my second favorite right now in the Flare Networks ecosystem, Dakota. So anyway, I began the live stream like debating whether or not I was gonna take a bigger position in FLR and or XLR, take a first position into XLR, Dakota. Because XLR feels like a kind of a similar play with Flare Networks. Obviously, we have a position out of our dirty nasty fiat into Flare. And wondering if it's big enough, really. You know what I mean? Wondering if it's big enough. And if I put $1,000 in, do I split it up with XLR or do I just put 1,000 in FLR? This is what I'm thinking. What do you guys think? I have no play in XLR, no position. Keyless, no. I did it on the Bifrost wallet. Did you do it on Portal or on the Bifrost wallet? Keyless says, wait, I just claimed my FLR and my balance didn't change. Anyone having issues with their Flare claim today? I haven't heard of any claims. Oh, yeah, yeah. Keyless, you couldn't see me because I wasn't sharing the right thing, I don't think. David says there are better rewards with Flare. Yeah, that's the thing, right? Because again, getting FLR gets you more Flare drops. Wrapping that FLR, wrapping and delegating it gets you delegation rewards. let me go back to something that I did on X because I feel like I'm getting confused on something. I'm not sure why I'm getting confused on it. You can wrap the FLR and you can go to SparkDex and swap it into SFLR if Scepter is out of its staking period. Once you stake it for Scepter, I think you get delegation rewards in addition to the awards you get from Scepter. So I don't know why I'm getting confused about it now. I'm getting very confused. Let me see something. Let me see if I can't find my own post where I clearly stated this. Now I'm confused and I don't know why. Um, Man, I've been doing a lot of reposting. Steve is going to be in the comments of this video. It's like, get it together, Siege. Um, Hold on. I probably should just go to my own notification. I don't know why I'm getting confused on the wrapping and delegating part. All right. FLR, bip, 670 million FLR tokens every 30 days. 24.25 billion FLR billion will be distributed as flare drops over the next 36 months. And nearly 70,000 users already claimed their rewards. That's the number, in my humble opinion, that matters the most. The users claiming the rewards. Why? Because some of them are going to stay. Show me another ecosystem that has a as good or better liquidity incentive event right now than Flare Networks, rewarding daily users, driving away farmers, and incentivizing long-term users. That's not the one. my guy Steve said nobody's doing it better. In any case, I know I caught it, but I just like the idea of $100 FLR. Wrap it, you get eligible for flare drops. You can take that wrapped FLR and you can swap it on SparkDex for SFLR and get all the rewards that come from SFLR. With 44% APY, still keeps you eligible for flare drops as well. Devon Steve, Dakota Shipping says, interesting siege. I'll have to look into AXL, looking at the chart. It is on up 2x from the bottom. It may not be a bad play this cycle or the next cycle, depending on how long the hodl is. Yes. Yeah, and they got a new thing as well, Dakota, with XLR. It feels like they're doing a very, very similar thing to Flare Networks in terms of the utility of AXL as collateral. They have something called verifiers, which kind of sounds very similar to the agents in the Flare Networks ecosystem. Devon Steves, I have mine in auto with Bifrost. Yeah, you can check there too to see when you go to delegated or whatever, rapid, unwrapped, you can see how much rewards you got in the Bifrost wallet. Legendary says, tell you what, Sui definitely has been a good buy. I picked up 1,000 Sui at just under $1 about a month ago. I want more, but not sure how much how much it's going to pull back. Yeah. Pookie says, split it. Split the $1,000. AXL and FLR. David O'Coin says, Corium gives good staking rewards as well. I think 22% or so. For staking what, David? To stake Keyless says, was the reward for voting distributed yet? If it's even time for it yet. Was it 5K FLR? I forget. Don't know. Rick Cisneros says, CJ, as long as FLR stays where it is and not dropping in the price, we win because more adoption is coming and the drops will end. David says staking. Are you saying staking Corium? Got it. So it bothers me that I can't find that thing in my own post thread where I talked about taking WFLR, swapping it to SFLR, then going to Kinetic, and you could just lend that SFLR. That is just such the big time play, in my opinion, long term. Not financial advice, but that's, you know. FLR to wrapped FLR. FLR, wrapped FLR. Now, no, I know I'm getting confused. The flare drops. If you have FLR, let me figure this out. Yeah, you got to wrap it to get the flare drops. All right. There's my protecting for the downsize post. I have to hear myself think here. On chain. doing its thing, absolute level on chain, what they're doing. Here it is. Let's take a listen. Purchase $100 worth of FLR. Rapid, delegate, you get weekly rewards, and you're eligible now for flare drops. That's pretty sweet, right? And by the way, when you become eligible for flare drops, you get more FLR, in which you can do the same thing again. You can wrap and delegate. You can take it over to SparkDex. You hop on SparkDex, you make a clean swap in the SFLR. You just got yourself some emissions for swapping over there. Much less if you want to, maybe not for swapping, I think for swapping, but also for, providing liquidity if you want to provide liquidity there. You got SFLR earning that APY on sector FLR. You can then take that SFLR, if you like to kinetic market. And just lend it out. You don't have to borrow against it if you're don't feel like comfortable with that. Emissions. In addition, you still got one moon possibilities with the FLR token. And the cycle, purchase 100. So there it is there. Keela says, we did a vote not too long ago. You told us about it. Yep. And we got entered into the giveaway. Yeah, I don't know. I forgot about that giveaway. I saw something from Flare Network saying something about the staking governance. Let's find that together. They just posted something about that, Keyless. Flare Networks follows me. Oh, how cool. What's Hugo saying here? DeFi is not ready for mass adoption without truly decentralized and secure oracles. Flare Networks is committed to providing stronger guarantees for the future. I'll cover that later, but I want to they said something about staking. London, we're coming. Okay. Huh. Hold on. I know they said something about staking governance, something. And I don't have it. That really bums me out. So to answer your question, Keyless, I don't know, but I do remember about that voting thing. If you were staking and you voted, there was a little like contest or something for that as well. Oh, this little thing is interesting here. You can this marketcapof.com, marketcapof.com. You can put assets in there and compare when an asset reaches another asset's market cap, what the price would be. So I put Solana and ETH. Solana with the market cap of ETH, the price would be $637, which is 4.2x from where it is now. Solana is 0.23x under ETH right now, 0.23. And you could put FLR in here. FLR reaches the market cap of Cardano. Someone did that. Cardano. Why is that Cardano right there? 26 cents. FLR with a market cap of Cardano with 17x. 26 cents. Top 10 compares for crypto and stocks. Somebody did one change to Solana's market cap. Okay. Sui Solana. Let's look at this one. $25. Anyway, that's a really good one. Marketcapof.com. All right, fam, I'm gonna hop off here. Everyone should follow you. See, Keyless, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So yeah, so anyway, that's the play I'm thinking about. I'll make a decision a couple of days from now. $1,000, $500 additional into the FLR token. Like David says, it gives you more rewards currently than XLR is giving. XLR is moving into the Mobius thing and moving into it, which they're going to be using AXL, the XLR token, as collateral. And they got a very, very similar system. Looks like they're building out a very, very similar flywheel to Flare Networks. Building out, not in place, building out. But they do, it's a layer one like Flare, and it's in its own lane. That's what it feels like to me. The interoperability. And I watched David Schwartz interview the CTO at XLR, and they're not changing. They're gonna stay in that lane of being the blockchain for interoperability. I think that's smart. And like David, was it David or Dakota? Dakota was saying that it's not a bad price now, but maybe a better play for later. So I'm gonna look at that. Right, Dakota's an interesting siege. I'll have to look into XLR. Looking at the chart, it's up 2x from the bottom. It may not be a bad play this cycle or for the next cycle, depending on how long the hodl is. Yes, and you can stake the AXL, right? You can stake that XLR now, which is interesting. And I'll have to look into the unlock for XLR. You stake it now. They're announcing something now in October. I'm thinking January of 25 going forward for the next, 10 to 12 months of a continued bull run. They're going to have some other stuff come. Maybe they got their little similarities to the Flare Network flywheel in place. Maybe. David Coin says the rewards are low on XLR at the moment. That is correct. The rewards are low right now, right? Not as steep as FLR. Very true. You're welcome, David, right? So that's important to understand. This collateral uses for AXL is not in place. There's no liquidity incentive event right now for XLR, right? They both have about the same opportunity to do about the same multiple, right? But there's no flywheel economy right now of AXL as opposed to one being in place and active and ongoing like FLR. So who knows? They might come up with one in January, but currently they don't. Right? So yeah, I think I made my decision. I think I made my decision. So what is FLR going to do? 10x? I don't know. 20x? Who knows? When the FSS systems go live, David, and that's supposed to go live this year, 2024, the demand for the token is going to start increasing significantly, I think. Don't you? I think it's going to start increasing significantly. All right, fam, there it is. I'm going to hop off here. I appreciate you guys. Yeah, let me know in the comments what you're thinking. Split up the $1,000, 500 in XLR, 500 in add to the FLR position. So I'm thinking that the minimum would be splitting and the 500, 500. And probably the other option is just 100% FLR. So again, it's only $1,000, but because you still got the multiple and you got the rewards, got the liquidity incentive events, game changing. You got the RFLR thing, and it's conveniently going to be ending what, September of 2025? Very convenient time, I think. Right? Is it September for the RFLR? The 12 months is September, yes? It's definitely not October because we've been doing the RFLR since I think September. David says you can take the airdrop from FOR and buy XLR. Yeah, I know someone who's doing their FLR rewards and buying BTC with it, which is very, very smart. That's true. That's a very good point, David. Take the FLR rewards, buy XLR. Do that way. Then you're kind of killing two birds with one stone. You still got that dirty, nasty fiat. But by getting more FLR, you're getting more FLR rewards, and you can take them greater, more FLR rewards and get some XLR that way. It's a good point. Lots of things you can do, right? Yeah, man, how blessed are we to be early in this digital asset space? We're early to the game. People are going to be learning from us 5 and 10 years from now. How cool is that? How cool is that? All right. So the 30 nasty fiat I got going on right now, I don't have the $1,000 yet, but what I got now, I'm gonna. Yeah. All right, family. There it is. Thank you so much. It's been a cool hang. Thanks for helping me think out loud and gather my thoughts and figure out some stuff. Pretty cool. But I just can't imagine. I can't imagine anyone right now just figuring out more and more ways to take dirty, nasty fiat and put it into this digital asset space. Some people are blessed. They just got around in July and August or September of 2024. Didn't have to weather the stuff that we had to weather. And they can enter in now and take advantage of some nice stuff. Christian Heine, compounding the FLR rewards is the key. I hear you, Christian. Thanks for checking in, my friend. I appreciate you being here. Legendary, you're welcome. Thank you. So, yeah, it's interesting. I don't know. You can't get much FLR at $1,000 right now. It's not that much. But it's better than not having it. It's 1 cent compared to 60-something cents. Difference, big time difference. All right, family. Thank you so much for hanging out. I'm going to end this live stream like I do all of my live streams and remind you guys of this. Old money doesn't want you to win. But that's okay, though, because you and I, we're already winning. And I would ask you to consider this or perhaps ponder the idea or notion of living your life permissionless. I'll talk to you guys soon. See ya. Bye.